All right, welcome everybody. I'm Texas Bill Pace. We're glad to have David Roberts with us tonight.
Forgive my tardiness. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I didn't do as good a job as I should have done for getting this out there today and this week, so we may be all by ourselves again. I've got to really step up on that. I apologize for that. Here I have you
It's all right.
taking time out of your day to come in here and basically put it on YouTube. So,
Hey, that's all right, man. I'm sure somebody will be watching. Man, well, how you been?
I've been doing good. I've been putting out fires all day. It seems like I've been fighting dragons all day, trying to get that duplex together, talking title and seller and
Oh my
lenders and
goodness.
money people and helping people. And so I've been on the phone since 11 o'clock this morning. I've been just turning it all day. It's like my brain is on mush. So
Wow. No, I get that.
it's one of those learning curves that I'm curving really hard today.
That's funny. Oh man, I feel that what I thought was going to be a 2 hour meeting slash testing. Give me 2 seconds. Whatever you want.
I didn't know if we were
Um,
just talking or going somewhere with it.
oh no, well, you had said you were putting out fires all day, and I had what I thought was going to be a 2 hour meeting turn into 3.5 hours. But it's a meeting with a potential client to be their underwriter full time. He has flipped almost 400 homes, which is wild to me to have done that many homes.
Keep you busy
I,
for a while, wouldn't it? You must have been at it for years and years and years.
he's doing 40 to 50 homes a year. And then he's also a realtor. So selling, having people list houses with him and selling houses that way. And then they also do buy and hold. So it's multi-layered. So it'd be cool to be able to come on. That'd be really cool to be able to come on.
Absolutely.
But but
Just single family home type homes or
for now, the goal is to move to multifamily. He's been working on doing multifamily. There's an event coming, I guess, with Pace, and 45 people are invited to the event, and he's one of them. So that's pretty cool. So we'll see how it goes. It's an exciting thing to have as a prospect. And
good luck with that for sure.
yeah, thank you. Well,
I can say I had you first. He got this
eh,
big promotion because he was on Bill's Zoom.
let's go, man. Hey, you know what? I hope whenever somebody sees this that they get some value out of it, but they also get some humor out of it. Bill, I don't think you give yourself enough credit, man. You're funny. You're funny, man. Golly, what was I going to say? So I've got some properties that I am working on for him. I'm not going to share any of those at the moment, but what I can do is I would like to, there are some houses. So I don't do a lot of single family right now because I've been doing a lot of RV parks, a lot of mobile home stuff, and then doing some little bit of looking at multifamily. And I'm sure if this gets posted and people underwrite differently, they'll probably try to shred. He didn't catch this or didn't catch that, which happens. It's okay. But I can.
Everybody does things a little bit different. It's not an exact science. I mean, it's like up appraisals, and you get three people, you're going to get three different numbers.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, well, I saw this on the roof. Well, I didn't see that. And I saw this in the kitchen. Well, no, that's actually I saw a hole in the wall. No, that was a sconce is supposed to be there, and they just took it down. No, it's a hole.
Somebody's opinion is somebody's opinion, right?
Yes. And yes. So let's do this. We're gonna go from scratch, and we're gonna find a home here in Reno as an investment property. And I have one thing to look up because I am okay. Cool. And we're going to do it as a property that we're trying to find as a rental. There it is. Perfect. So I am going to share my screen and I'm going to share desktop three.
I got it.
Cool. You see just the
Claude or whatever.
blank tab. Cool. So we're going to go to Redfin. We're going to go to, I don't do this a lot, but I think it's a fun exercise to show people. You're gonna go to Reno, Nevada, and so I live down in this area, down in the south part of Reno, and it's a really nice place to live. It's very quiet. It's very, I don't know if I really want to tell everybody where I live because this is going on YouTube, but it's a nice, quiet place to live, and there are potential rentals in the area. So let's do this. We're gonna look for The typical type of people that live here. Now, I know the clientele because I live here and have lived here long enough. Typical clientele is going to be families with at least two kids, and most families in this area, parents are in their 40s. They've got kids that are in elementary to high school, roughly. There's not a lot of younger kids. We have younger kids, but there are a lot of families then that are in the tech space. And then there's a lot of odd jobs and industries in the area, but there's a lot of tech that's got come this direction, and then a lot of manufacturing and warehousing. The pricing I know of homes in this area 5 years ago, average home price was maybe 300 grand, maybe 275, and now it's 500. It's
Wow.
really climbed fast.
Wow.
Uh,
Yeah.
but rental rates have also been healthy. So if you've got a family with two parents, two kids, you're at least looking for a three bed, and you're going to be at least, I would say, you're going to want 2.5 baths because you want one for the kids and then a half bath somewhere in the house for guests. As a rental, right, that's a good place to be. Now, as a 3.2 and a half, I'm not looking to spend $1 million. That's a lot of
It's
money.
pretty pricey numbers on that chart there.
Yep. So let's drop this and let's say I don't want to spend more than 700K just to start with, right? Some options.
That cuts you way back, didn't it?
It did. So we got 16 homes right now to sort from, and this 10 homes is a brand new development.
Wow.
It looks like they're ready to build. Aha. So
They're not even built yet.
some of them are. Here's a 1,500 square. Oh, it's more like almost like a townhome. Yep, two-story, not bad finishes, nothing special. Rentals, they don't have to be amazing. If you're going to
Right.
go fix and flip, that's where you really want to make sure that you do finishes that fit the neighborhood. But if you have a rental that, yes, you want it to be nice, yes, you want it to be livable, but you also don't need to go putting in granite countertops everywhere and stainless steel appliances everywhere and crazy expensive flooring and all of that just to have somebody that's going to live there for 5 years and beat up your house. And then when they move out, then you're going to have to go and renovate it again to fix it up. You want stuff that's durable. It's going to last. It's going to handle kids. It's going to handle getting dinged and beat up and all of that. I look at the house that we
You don't
live
want to be
in.
the most expensive block on the house, house in the block either. So you can be in
Exactly.
on the mid range somewhere
You
probably.
don't want to price yourself out of the market. I think of the house that we live in now is it needs new carpet. The carpet's 8 years old. Carpet typically residentially. This is something, so sorry, I'm thinking as a rental option, but also if you're going to go on the fix and flip route, it's kind of a bit of both. You need to keep an eye on carpet, especially for flooring. If you have, hello.
Yeah. How's it going, Eric? Welcome.
If you have tile floor, depends on where you live. Tile floor here is very popular, but LVP is great flooring because it's super durable. It looks really nice. You can get a lot of different finishes that look really good. But carpet just gets beat so badly, especially if it's builder grade. You really don't, residential carpet should not go more than 5 years before it gets replaced. It gets gross. There's skin cells and all the other stuff that gets in there. As much as you vacuum,
Right.
it gets gnarly. So
If
as a
your renters
rent,
even bother to vacuum. So
say that again.
you don't know what a renter's going to do to it anyway, but
Do they vacuum?
kids and
Ugh,
who knows what else.
exactly. So when you're looking at houses, right, that's something as an expense you want to keep in mind that could come up quickly. And you're looking at, let's say, at $3 a square foot, and you have 1,000 square feet of carpet in your house. Well, that's 3 grand in material, plus another 3 to 5,000 potentially in labor. So you might have gotten the house for a good deal, but you got that's a factor in your rental and all that income that you're looking for. So, but this house is clean, looks good. It's new. Let's see now. I have a tool called Address Income, and unfortunately, this is for Reno specific. It's a company that's here.
Okay.
They have all the rental options over the last 18 months. They have a running total of the data over the last 18 months. So this is, and there are other places. Let's actually start here. Rentcast.com is a tool that you can start for free. I actually haven't signed up for them. There. So let's do this. Let's go to brand new house, 480 Prosecco Way. Let's see what Rentcast gets us as far as an opportunity for rent. Property type, it's a single family. It's a 3 bed, 2.5 bathroom. And how many square feet are we looking at? 1512. So you go 1512 and search. Wow, more than I thought. 2790.
They're proud of that, aren't they?
So that's mid-level estimate. Rental markets are interesting because if you get competition in the area, you might have posted your property for 2790, but somebody else says they love the house, they'll come in at 2850. And then you have to go to the other person and say, hey, they said 2850, how much will you pay? And then it's 2900. Well, and you can get into a bidding war. I've seen it with especially apartments that people want to live in particular areas. You can get into bidding wars fairly quickly. But location, maybe it's across the street from your kid's school, or maybe it's right next to where your parents live, or whatever, your church, or
Right.
whatever. So there's a lot of options there. Look at this. 414 Prosecco Way it's in the same neighborhood. It's the same street. It's 300 square feet bigger, so that'll account for a lot, but it's still a 2.5, and they're getting 3,500 square feet, $3,500 a month. It just rented. That's really impressive. So if we're at $2,800 a month, all right, then you have to ask, what's your estimated monthly cost in purchasing a house like this, right? So this is where I would use a tool like Perplexity or Chat to say at 568, let's see, give me a 30-year amortized loan schedule, right?
You ever use Bankrate?
I don't.
Bankrate's pretty
Let's
good. You put in the zip code and it gives you the taxes and all that stuff too.
let's do that. Let's go that route. Home purchase.
Yeah, I think
9521. Perfect. What'd you say?
I think at the top there where it says mortgages, or go back, scroll up to more a little bit. It's one of those. Is it Bankrate? So
Well, we're
yeah,
here. Mortgage type purchase.
that's more of a selling you, trying to give you a bunch of advertisements.
Sure. Well, but here's what we're looking at. Let's say I don't have a 780. Let's say I've got a 700 credit score. Our projected monthlies from lenders are at 2,800. Let's see. 30-year mortgage rates. Is that what I'm looking at? Nope, I'm looking at mortgage calculator.
That's the
There we
page
go.
I'm looking for. That's the one
There
I
we
was
go.
thinking.
So they are asking 568, 165. And let's say as an investor, I don't really want to do down payments as much as I can. I want to be able to get in free and clear, but you've got a down payment of 20%, loan term 30 years. Let's say we get a favorable 5% interest rate. Let's go 5.5 and update. Now my taxes and insurance. I'm
If
gonna
you change the zip code, it'll put all that in there for you.
That is the actual zip code for this area. Yep, that's the zip code for Reno.
It should have figured that out over on the side over there where it says in the circle there.
Then homeowners insurance. I don't know if there's an HOA. I'm gonna say there's not, just for kicks and giggles.
Okay.
Oh no, it's homeowners insurance. My bad. 66, yes. There's no HOA. There it is. Hopefully you have a 740 credit score as an investor. Ouch. You're at 3,000 a month. As again, it's an estimate, getting a really favorable rate, really for now, right? Rates are dropping and all of that. But let's say we're at a 6.5, which is more likely update
33, yeah, wow.
30. So at a 6.5% interest rate, and they're projecting at best, oops,
2,800.
at best you're going to get 3,250, but you're probably going to get that 28. Plus, if you have a couple of months where you don't have a renter, now you're losing, let's say you have 2 months at $3,300 a month, well, you're losing 6,600 bucks. You're not going to make that up on the back end. So this house in particular, not a good rental option. As a brand new build, I wouldn't necessarily buy a brand new house anyways to turn it into a rental. But it's not going to get you what you want. Cool. Well, Very quick to go, does this work? Does it not? And then you're done. You can use Bankrate. I'm glad you brought up Bankrate. Often will tell Chat or Perplexity, I want this schedule. I want it to be based
We'll see
on,
what the difference. Put it in the other one and see what you normally would do and see if it comes up anywhere close.
let's see, at 6.5% interest rate with a purchase price of 568. What's it again? 568, 165. 165 include estimated taxes, interest, oh, no, taxes and insurance for zip code 89521. Do this for 480 Prosecco. Whoops, Prosecco Way, Reno, NB. Let's see what we get. Might take a second, so let's do this. I will also then go to and do it here. And I'll add, I want to see monthly payment breakdown. Let's go back to here. Still thinking. Here we go. 568. We're going to look at property taxes is typically 0.5%, so 237 a month. Homeowners insurance, it's higher estimate here, homeowners insurance, than on Bankrate. Bankrate was 66. This is 115 on a 30-year. Yep, and we're going to do 100% financing for simplicity for now. That's fine. Actually, nope, we did a down payment over here. We did a down payment, so recalculate this with a 20% down payment. There we go. We got a loan amount of 454. Your P is 2872. Monthly taxes. So total pity 3224. It's very close. We're looking at 80 bucks off, 90 bucks off. And this is actually higher because it's calculating higher property taxes. Interesting.
You would
So
think
you're
tax would be public knowledge and it'd be able to pull that data, but apparently not.
right. You would think so. Well, and here you got it's the effective Nevada rate is roughly 0.5%. Perfect. So you're then at 12 months. Goodness gracious. In principal, you're only paying 400 bucks a month in principal. That is just absolutely wild. So it drops your monthly by 718 a month. That's if
But
you
that's why banks want you to refinance every once in a while so they can start that interest ticket over. So all the
right.
interest paid in the first few years after you get, if you had one that was 10 years old, it's almost all principal. First 10 years are just eating you up in interest.
Which then is if you're going into something you can do with a rental, then depending on the type of income that's coming in, you can refi into a DSCR, and that puts you in a whole lot better position. You can talk about DSCRs. They can come to you. But so all that to say, so I'm glad we went through this exercise because it was very quick to go here with chat or going to Bankrate. This is bankrate.com/mortgage calculator. Oops, sorry, mortgages slash mortgage calculator. Perplexity is, oh, done. There you go. If you don't do a down payment, yikes,
Yeah.
$4,300 a month. You're 1,700 bucks a month underwater if you're going to be doing, or $1,500 a month underwater if you're going to be doing it as a rental. Ouch.
Won't be
Well,
buying that.
no. Now let's do this. Address income. This is cool because you can say, I want a home and I want it as oh, will you let me? Yep, I want 5% cap. We're not going to go cap rate. We're going to go net monthly income. I want net monthly, I want 250 bucks. Let's just apply that and see what happens.
A lot more easier for people to understand anyway. So,
Well, you saw all those dots that were on the map.
right.
There's 4 left. So I'm looking at
That's an awesome tool. I love that because you can just say, oh, I got to have at least this much just to survive. Why it makes
exactly. And this is a Reno specific tool currently, but still helpful to go through. Now, look, it's telling you how many investment properties there are, telling you what neighborhood. So it's the number 3 neighborhood out of 62. Your estimated rent is 2165. Nice. Your net, that can't be net monthly income. There's no way.
we said 250.
So your net rental income for a year is 2520. Hold up. We do 2165 times 12. gives you 25,980. Interesting. So let's say the purchase price, let's say I get this house for 400K. No renovations are needed. We need a 5% vacancy rate. And let's go property taxes is, I don't know, 1,500. And then we did a 20% down payment, 6.3. Oof. Well, with getting financing, guess what? We're still at a negative cash flow. Interesting. Because you're looking at 2189 as your principal, taxes and insurance, and your estimated rent still 2165. It's weird that the tool that it's showing a negative 285. Ow. Because you're going on a base value of 2056. No? Interesting. I don't know why it's actually showing a negative 285 cash flow unless it's not in count. Oh, maybe it's not accounting in here. Your maintenance, that's got to be what it is. Because then you add basically another $100 a month. You're at 222.89 and sewer. That's what's added. So it's the sewer and the maintenance are added. Plus this monthly plus what these divide out to be monthly to get you to your cash flow. That's stinky. So maybe, and that's I dropped 25 grand off the purchase price just to be generous. So really your max, let's say,
Of
see
his
if you
rent,
did
they gonna pay their own sewer probably anyway. So,
possible. I don't know how Reno does sewer like that.
and a lot of times in the city, they're attached to the water bill. So if your water's sewer go along with it, they don't really have any way to measure how much sewer you put down the toilet. So
This is true.
it goes by how many gallons of water you use, typically, I believe.
So they're asking 425 for the house, right? That's what the initial pricing was. I dropped it to 350 just to see, right? $81 in cash flow. The only way a property like
What
this
happened to
as
your
a
tool that said it was going to come up with 250 in cash?
I know
It lost something somewhere in
it
translation. I don't know.
totally lost something and there's definitely stuff lost in translation here. Even if it's even at estimated rents of 2165, that's not helpful. But so here's as a rental though, that you might look at that and say, "Hey, I get 81 bucks a month." All right. But what if a pipe breaks? What if an electrical panel goes out? What if a tree falls and hits the house? This neighborhood isn't Oh, no, there's a gigantic tree in the backyard. Those are all tiny pictures. That's
It doesn't take
hilarious.
it doesn't take much to eat up 1,200 bucks a year either. Just
No,
one
just
little,
basic stuff. Do you have to
yeah.
replace a dishwasher? Do you have to replace set? Oh my goodness, what if your water heater goes out? That's 3,000 bucks right there. Done. So it's important too to think then it depends on your play, right? If you already have active income as somebody who's either got a different job or your investments give you active income, and this can be something to where it's $81 and I could end up spending more money on it, are you buying it as a monthly cash flow rental, or are you treating it as a rental just so that it's a long-term hold and you're going for equity? Because as your renters are there, they're paying down on the mortgage, so you're gaining equity and there's appreciation happening.
You just said it went from 300 to 500, and how long was that? A year, 2 years? How long was that?
5 years. So in a 5 year
5 years.
span,
So
yep, the
200
average
grand
house
in
price
five
went
years. That's a pretty good increase right there.
exactly. And it's in a place like Reno, it's growing because Californians are moving here. People are moving here from Oregon, Washington, Colorado that are coming in because it's more affordable and more family oriented. There are a ton of families moving here. We were one of them 2.5 years ago that we really wanted to be in a place where we could settle down and not be in Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is crazy. I don't know why people live there. I don't know why we lived there, but that's a whole different story. So,
Anyway,
not
I don't know why they do.
generally because of the beach and because there's good food. I feel like that's
Yeah,
those like
it's pretty, but taxes and politics is nuts.
yes. So, but thinking as just this kind of big picture on rentals, when you're doing single families, don't get shiny object and say, man, this house could make me 300 bucks a month. Can it though? Shoot really conservative. Know your financing, know exactly how you're getting your financing because even if you're a tenth of a point off or half a point off in your financing, in your interest rate, that can
Mm.
totally mess up your cash flow. Also, know your exit strategies. If I'm going to try to make this a rental for, let's say, 2 years, how do I want to sell it? Or do I want to keep holding it? Or do I want to renovate it and make it super nice so that I can then increase rents? Do I want to turn it into a co-living after it's been a single family home for a while? And this probably wouldn't be a good fit. It's only 1,400 square feet.
It's doable. You got
I
two and a half
mean,
baths. You could add another 4 bedrooms in there easy, probably.
fair. I'm not an expert in the co-living space, right? So let's see, let's get rid of this and apply that again.
That's what to have it. Four is max and three is pretty much optimum if you have 3 bedrooms per bath. So if you had a 6 bedroom there, you'd be easy to fit.
Nice. So six bed. You'd have to do got 2.5 baths, so that gives you opportunity then even at 600 bucks a room, you're at $3,600 a month. Your expenses are at 2,300, 2,400 plus some CapEx reserves, right? So there's opportunities, but
I
thinking with
guarantee you'd be
rental,
higher than $600 a month there too. I mean,
say that again?
I guarantee you they'd be paying more than $600 a month.
Quite possibly. I don't know what pad split co-living stuff looks like in Reno. It doesn't seem like it's very popular here. There aren't a lot of investors that are doing that here. It's a lot of single family, a lot of then apartments, multifamily. Close to us, there were 6 apartment complexes that have gone up, I think, in the last 18 months, and there's more
But there's
coming.
still anywhere they don't mean everybody that lives in the town is not a family. So you're
True.
talking. This is Northwest Reno is saying at 185 a week. So you have 185 times 4.3,
Three, 390. Wow.
4.3
It's almost 900 bucks a month. Wait, right?
times 4.33, 801.
Eh,
6 beds. That's
4,800 a month, and your expenses are 24 plus you put
and
500
you're
bucks
gonna be
that,
paying an electric bill and other things on top of that. So I mean, you're gonna eat up some of that because with the pad splits, you're paying the
right.
electric, the internet, water, and all that. So there's
Let's
things
say
in
you
there you wouldn't have it with a normal rental, but you're getting twice as much money.
And let's say you eat 1,000 bucks a month out of that in all of those expenses,
Hmm.
plus a little CapEx on the side. You're still at 1,400 bucks a month in rent, in income.
That's why I like
Um,
co-living. It's so much better rent.
I just don't, I have not done the deep dive into co-living simply because we're not focused on that right now, but also because that's a lot of people to manage.
There's other people that
Uh,
can manage it though. I don't have to manage them.
that's fair. Something as side note, as I'm thinking, as you are looking at comping for single families, there are a number of rules that are important, but something that just caught my eye, even looking at this page. What is this? This is a one bed, one bath, 725 square feet for 225. This is a 3-2 for double the price. When comping, what's this? Oh, this is a 2-2 for 285. When comping, you see this road here, Sparks Boulevard? That's a major road. So let's say even if these properties were the same, and this one, as far as their 3-2 square feet are the same, all of that, you want to stay away from going across major roads. You want to be within the same neighborhood as best as possible. So if I were at this house, I would start looking down this way or over here for comps. Maybe not for rent, but at least for purchase price. You want similar bed type, beds and bed bath. You want similar square feet within 200 square feet of your subject property. You want to stay within similar lot size. People can get tripped up really easily looking at single family homes at lot size and go, well, that house sold for 600. My house should be worth 600, except they have a half-acre lot and you have 6,000 square feet.
Or corner lot, or they're closer to a main thoroughfare as opposed to not. But
Yep. So there are a number of things there to look at. Do they have a pool? If they have an extra bathroom, then that adds value to the house. If they have an extra bedroom, and then you're also then looking at, you got to look at is if you're looking to comp a single family home, is the house updated? Is my subject property updated? If it's not, but this one is, well, then you can say, oh, they put 50K in renovation and the house sold for $50,000 more than what, oh, then that makes sense why they were able to get that out, right? What does the roof look like? Roof, big time potential. But one of the biggest
Oh, yeah.
concerns and stall points, if you're going to be doing renovations, what do you think would be the number one stall point for a renovation? Is it electrical, plumbing, windows, roof? What do you think it might be?
I would say it'd have to be either roof or electrical because if you have to update between two wire electrical up to three wire, or you've got to come in with a bigger box and stuff like it adds up in a big hurry.
You're close. It's interior framing. Because if you are taking down walls and
Okay.
finding structural problems inside, then now you're getting to where you have to get an engineer to come out. You've got to get the city to give you new permits to do structural changes in the house, right? Where you might have to drop in another load-bearing beam, or if
Okay.
you take out a wall that you don't know is load-bearing and you go, uh-oh, it can totally, and if you're doing renovation, especially into co-living, right, adding new walls and changing things up can make it so much longer waiting for permits and then even having to pull permits for new plumbing if you're going to put in a new bathroom. All of that adds can add exponential time to your renovations.
Absolutely.
That's something I learned actually just earlier today, interestingly enough, because I thought it was the roof or electrical. But no, the roof can be straightforward, right? Electrical, yes, if you've got to go 2 to 3 wire, or God forbid you find knob and tube somewhere.
Up north, up in east, up in north New York, I got in-laws up there, and I've seen knob and tube. It's crazy.
Wow. I would have just assumed by now that that would be gone everywhere,
I
but
would have thought so too, but this my brother-in-law had a house like that with knob and tube in it. It was
wow.
it's just scary as it'll scare you to death looking at it. It's like that's bare wire on a little 1 inch knob. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I mean, it's on each
Yeah,
side.
that
They're separated by a 16-inch inside the wall, but still, wow, it's
having
weird.
that terrifies me. And it doesn't, there's no code. You don't, that you're not even close to code. You have to rip it all out and redo the whole house. Now, as far as,
It depends on if you change it or not. If you're not changing it, you leave it the same, and that code when it was put in, you don't have to change it technically. A lot of times,
whoa,
if you
well, that's
update it, if you
interesting.
update any of it, you have to update all of it. So if you don't change it, a
Oh,
lot depends on where you're
interesting.
at. I guess it depends on where you're at too, but
Yeah, can
some
get
places, as
grandfathered
long as
in
you
by,
leave it where it was when it was manufactured, it met code, then it was good. And as long as you don't change it, if you change it, then you've got to bring everything up to speed today. So you got to be careful what you
interesting.
add to it. If I added one circuit, well, now you got to change your whole cotton picking house.
Wow. That part would make sense. I wouldn't think that just, I guess if you have, you're not changing anything that you can keep wiring like that. That's interesting. I haven't really thought about that.
Because otherwise, they'd say you have to bring everything up to code. You could never build an old house. They'd have to say, well, you bought a 1930 house and it's got
True.
two wires in it. Or my son's got a house they built in 1960, 61, something, and it's two wires all the way through. But if we used to, if they required you to every time you sold the house to bring it up to speed, you'd have to rip out the whole wiring and rebuild it every time you sold the house. So it's got to be code as of the day it was made, as well as unless you're changing something. So
Fair enough. I just think of whenever I think of nub and tube, I just honestly I think just house fires. That's the first thing. That's all I think of.
I hear you. It scared me when I first saw it too. It's like, well, but, I don't have to live in it, so it's okay, I guess.
And electrical scares me enough. And that's one of the things for me too. Like, so doing the interior framing and all of that can cause delays. But as far as expenses, HVAC is super expensive, roofs are super expensive. Electrical is one of those things. I like to fix stuff in my own house. Do drywall, I'll do paint, I'll do structural things. I won't touch the electrical because I am not going to be responsible for my house burning down. We have somebody we know who's a licensed electrician, and I will call him in anytime. I want to put a ceiling fan in this room. Can you just make sure that it's going to work okay? Yes. Perfect. Otherwise,
Pretty
I don't want to.
straightforward and simple as long as you stay with the basics. You're doing something crazy. If you're
Right.
changing out the electrical box and whatever, you've got to have it grounded properly and all that stuff. But you can do all that there's so many things you can find on YouTube and just books and things like that. So there's ways
True.
to put it in correctly, and then just call out a electrician and say for $70 or $80, they'll come out and just give it and say check's good, or you need to change this because A, B, and C. You can have it checked and not have to do and still do the work and save yourself a ton of money if you're doing it for yourself.
Fair enough. Which I'm all for. It's still one of those things that
If it
man,
bothers you, it bothers you. Don't do it then.
electrical and plumbing. Plumbing's another one that like I don't know. Water leaks are too much that I just don't really want to deal with. But that's a side note.
Today with PEX, it's all simple with PEX. If you ever use PEX, it's
True.
crazy simple. You just get the little crimper things and put it together and
I love seeing that with guys that'll do with the Milwaukee clamp tools that they go over copper piping and they cinch down the connections and all of that. And you can do it even on, I think on PEX as well. I know they've got the handheld ones that you just like press yourself, but seeing that hydraulic just so fascinating to me.
unless you're going to use it a lot, it's not worth the $300 to buy that one tool. But
Fair enough.
for
Fair
$30,
enough.
you can get a crimp on there and you get the little ring with a crimp on there. You put it in the deal and you get it where you want it and just it makes the full cycle and everything closes up. It's going to work.
Nice.
My whole house that way. It's really not that hard. It's
Oh,
just
wow.
PEX is so easy to use compared to PVC. PVC was a pain. You got to get everything lined, especially if you're trying to get things lined up. So you stick it on there and you got about 2.5 seconds before it locks up. So you've got to get it
Make sure.
just pointed in the way you want to point it, as opposed to PEX where it bends and goes where you want it to go. You just
Yeah.
click, lock it in.
Also, I know again, side, but I enjoy seeing those guys that'll do the very organized either electrical or plumbing,
Right.
where you just see all the lines are perfectly and it's symmetrical with each other, and just going like, man,
They
I want my house to look like that. I saw a gentleman actually the other day, his house in his crawl space was concreted with lighting, and he had what are those called that you can roll under a car with?
creeper.
He had a creeper in there. So if he wanted to fix anything, he just goes in, lays down on the creeper, and then could pull himself along the floor joists to go fix stuff.
That's the way to go,
Y
man.
yes, I have been
Thinking
under,
ahead, because someday
I've,
sooner or later, something's going to leak, or you're going to, even if you just want to put a box or two down there, you still want to be able to get down there and take care of it without having to deal with the
oh
dirt
man,
crawling in
and
their house.
spiders and
Oh yeah.
all the other creepy crawlies that can be down there, and everything was closed foam, insulated, and water
Sweet.
barrier, vapor barrier, and everything. It looked like a short workshop. It was just lit. Everything was great. I've been in the crawl space of homes that we lived in prior. We actually had to have mold remediated in our house because there was black mold in the crawl space and in a couple of bathrooms. But
I've been under a couple of houses where you shove yourself through a little hole that's barely big enough for you got to wedge your
yep.
shoulders in and crawl in there, and you're crawling in there like you say, and your board is 3 inches off your nose, and you're in the dirt and the spiders, and
No, thank you. It can. Well, man, I appreciate you and the time we got to spend together. Hopefully, this was
coming in tonight.
beneficial in a couple of things that are it's nothing super deep, but I think as far as a couple things maybe to walk away with, you brought up bank rate, great tool to use if you're just wanting a quick mortgage calculator. I don't think you have to prompt chat in a particularly specific exact way, but having something to where you're including how long the loan is, the interest rate, your purchase price, and your zip code.
Hmm.
You also need to have it tell you about taxes and insurance, right? And it's important. I said I want to see a monthly payment breakdown because I want it to be something that it's not just here's a dollar amount, but this monthly payment summary is going to tell me then
Right. Okay.
what each is. And I can say, saw property taxes are 237 here, but here it's saying 374. Well, if I change that to 237, oh, now we've changed, right? So having multiple tools to use to help you get to where you want to be and understand that $80 or $200 or $500 in net income may not actually be your net income if a major expense pops up. So it's something to keep in mind as looking at single family rentals. So
Absolutely. And I
appreciate
appreciate it,
you.
Eric. I appreciate you
Yeah.
coming in, Eric. I wish we had a bigger crowd coming in tonight, but I'm glad that Eric showed up. But kept us from being too lonely.
Sorry, I was quite busy. I jumped on and was doing some stuff here with my son doing laundry and all that. Can you guys
Love it.
do that too?
Do you
Yep,
have any
yep.
questions that
I
you wanted
know.
to bring up to
No,
David there?
no, absolutely. I just saw it 'cause I just saw something about RV park
We did an RV park
underwriting.
a week before last, and we did a mobile home park last week.
If you would like to talk about RV park underwriting at another time, we can.
Have one
I
you'd like
mean,
to look have it evaluated, checked out?
so I had a few of them, so I know the time is up today, but mostly I just wanted to really understand the RV parks, how to underwrite, even just like the quick, at least at the beginning when you're starting to talk with a seller or a broker, all the stuff, really just like doing quick underwriting, or here's what I need to look at, here's what I need to watch out for, and here are the information I need to gather and all those things before I can pass it on to somebody who's going to have a better, even get to a point where they can make a reasonable offer. So that's what I was looking at. But at the same time, I like made up my mind that I want to do, I don't know, Section 8 and then co-living. Pretty much just I've been doing co-living, mainly midterm rentals is what I've been doing, but sort of co-living because I rent by the rooms. So, but what you guys were doing actually it was good. Unfortunately, I wasn't paying too much attention. At least I could listen. I couldn't see exactly what you guys were doing, but I could listen. So I'm getting
Okay.
some few nuggets here. I think you said if you could get a good crowd, I would say you did put a an image into a chat onto the WhatsApp group. It
Uh-huh.
will help if you put in a link. People would easily, because I had to write it down before I can come on. Or,
Oh, a
these days
quick link.
people don't want to put effort. If you could put a click
Yep.
link on there, that will
Good
make it
idea.
easy.
Good idea. I'll put that on there next time for sure.
That I can guarantee you will have a lot of people clicking to join. Like when you have to write it down to be able to before you can join the meeting, it can be a little discouraging for some.
I'm sorry for that. I will take that as good advice. If you go to my YouTube channel at texas.bill_pace,
Okay,
that under that RV park we did 2 weeks ago is on my YouTube channel.
nice, cool.
It's been a real busy week, and I hadn't got the one for the mobile home park edited and put it
Hmm.
on there yet, but it's on here. Underwriting
Sweet.
an RV park on my Texas Bill Explains podcast. That's what it's called there.
Nice.
So
Where in Texas are you? I'm in
I'm
Texas.
about halfway between Dallas and Shreveport.
Oh, right on. Tyler
Tyler,
or
Longview.
something? Okay. All right,
Awesome.
cool. My
That's good.
daughter
People know about
is
where East
from
Texas
over
is.
there.
It's a big place in Texas. I was like,
It
oh, it covers
is.
half the
Oh,
state.
it's so huge.
Where
Already.
you at? Where you working at?
Well, that I used to be in Dallas. I just
Oh,
moved 3 years ago to St. Louis, Missouri. But Texas is really home. That's where I lived for 22 years.
awesome.
So, but right now I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, and I wouldn't be surprised that I moved back.
Maybe we
Sure.
could talk sometime about some co-living. We can maybe work something out.
Oh, sweet. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, sir.
I don't know much about Missouri, but actually my daughter's moving from Virginia to Missouri here in the next few months. So
Oh, really? Where
I
in
may be going
Missouri?
up there more than I think.
Oh,
Don't get me lying. It's somewhere in the middle of the state.
Kansas City, St. Louis. Oh,
What,
I'm not sure.
where in Missouri are you, Eric? St.
I'm
Louis.
St. Louis.
I was just through there a month ago or so.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
almost a
Oh,
month.
I moved here 3 years ago. Actually, it's almost going to four. September is no, November is gonna be the fourth year because my daughter was going to college here. And I was like, you know what am I doing? So I'm a single dad, so I just got up and we're going there, and then we're buying a house there.
Well,
I sold my house in Wally and just moved over there.
Awesome.
So
All right. Well, we've burned up our
cool.
whole hour here. So
Okay.
Yeah.
thank you so much, David, for coming
Thank
in.
you.
Mr. David
Uh,
Roberts, our super expert.
nice.
I appreciate it.
He's my head dude here.
I appreciate it. God bless you guys, and y'all have a good night.
All
God
right.
bless
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Eric. We'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Nice meeting you, Eric.
Good seeing you.